just don't get with the fact that it's just a lot of confusion, and the appreciation for them wanting to know and actually taking the time out to have this conversation. Like, that needs to be addressed. Like, dude, I'm trying not to be so ignorant about it. I'm trying to learn about it. But everything was just like, you need to stop saying it. You need to do this. Okay, well, educate me. That's why we're here.
Say this, say that. Man, it's like, all right, when we grew up, it was gay, mixed in with homosexual. You had lesbian, bisexual, and straight, and trans. So it's like 6 things. I send you that link.
When I printed it off, it was like, I want to say like 8 pages, and I printed front to back so that I would save paper.
That's crazy.
It was a lot, and I meant to bring it in, but
it's like between all those definitions, one person could be like, according to that, could be 6 different things, because they got the C size cisgender, and it's like,
and I didn't know what that was for the longest because I'd heard the term, and I looked it up, and I want to say it means that you identify with the gender you were born with.
Yes.
I was about to look it up.
Some shit. I don't know. Like I said, wait a minute, I got it right here. It was just it was very confusing. You got no information out of it, for one. And then I didn't like the fact, like, they kept quote unquote throwing the black community under the bus.
Oh, that's on my list too.
They kept saying, yeah, because when you in the hood or when you in Brooklyn, you can't. Look, I'm from that. I'm in the community. Motherfuckers gay, they gay. Motherfuckers trans, they trans. Nobody is going around like hunting transgender people. And that's what they made it seem like.
In our community where we live.
Well, where the fuck are they hunting? You don't hear about it. If it was a problem where motherfuckers are getting hunted and killed for being transgender, you would hear about it.
It's not, you're not heard about it because of the ethnicity of those. See, that's on my list too, because like I agree when he said it's not safe for people to come out. It's not, because people will attack you. But is it a race issue?
But are you getting murdered every day? Yeah, people attack. Yeah. Nah, I don't see that. Cause like even when, all right, he talked about, because he put the post up starting with the guy who supposedly killed himself because he's being bullied for dating transgender. Mm-hmm. That's why Malik put up the first post. That's what he said. But when you dig into that dude who killed himself was abusive, was beating the shit out of the transgender. The transgender left him and he killed himself. That's the true story. They're not telling that story. They're making it seem like everybody's just bullying him. And so
at the end of the day, he killed himself because his relationship failed, regardless of...
Exactly.
Oh, that happens all the time. It's plenty of motherfuckers kill themselves because their person left them.
Yes, and you don't get... I don't like them saying that because you don't get all of the backstory to these stories. It's like, yeah, maybe it's a few that happened to. But what about the time when Lil, I don't know, Bo was messing with Cynthia and they finally go to have sex and a dick fall out and he loses his fucking mind?
So, they talked about that too. And she was like, a relationship building takes time before you earn trust. That's
bullshit.
So they were saying that I didn't agree with that because it was like, so you want me to invest before you tell me this big shocking
dick is
secret.
In your pants.
But it's not just trans women. There are trans men as well.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. So it's not just them. And I've seen something that I'd be like, well, damn, okay.
Yeah.
It's a set of twins that transitioned from women to men. And I was
set
like,
of twins?
Yes.
Oh my God.
And I was like, oh, damn, okay. Well, I guess we need to really check for us too now. And see.
Yeah, it's crazy because like when she said the Carmen chick, mm-hmm. She was like, and believe you me, I don't have to deceive anybody. I get numbers, blah, blah, blah. All right. But when you in a club, right, mm-hmm. and a straight man walks up to you and start talking to you because he feels you are a woman, you already deceived him from the door. You've deceived him because you're not in a space where you're not coming out. Yeah, I'm a man. So you are dressed like a woman, and this man approached you for being a woman, but you're not a woman. So you are deceiving.
But
this is bullshit.
But if it's what they identify with,
that's bullshit.
Are they being deceptive or are they trying to become their real selves?
Well, they need to wear fucking tags around the neck.
You know what? Ain't nobody wearing no fucking tags.
So with same. All right. So you see a dude in the club. You walk up to this dude, and you having this conversation because he's a dude, but he doesn't have the proper tools. Does that, what you just told me, still apply? Well, he identifies as a man, so it's all right. You didn't deceive me. That is deceiving. By definition, deceiving.
So what are they supposed to do? Yo, my name T. I used to be a girl, but now I'm a dude.
I feel like you need to be in places where that shit is happening. Because it's like, that also causes motherfuckers to get fucked up.
I think people place too much. They just want to know too much about what other people are doing. Meaning, mind your business. I don't care what someone is doing in their bedroom. And then, so that's another thing that they were saying, that you need to stop saying, I don't care. Because it shows, did I write it down? It shows that you're indifferent and that you,
that's bullshit.
And I was like, what's wrong? Yeah, because Charlamagne was like, what's wrong with me not caring?
Yeah.
And it was like, they were like, oh, well, you need to care. And
it was so much of that. It was so much of talking in circles.
It was so much of blaming us. It was like, yeah, because you got men who love these transgender women and are very abusive and very scared of coming out. I mean, that shit can go on in a regular relationship. I don't like the emphasis they put on, like, it's us doing that shit. It's like you get more of the dominant society killing these transgenders and gay people, hate gay crimes, than you get us doing it. Do you agree with that?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm saying I don't feel it's motherfuckers out there just hunting people like the way they tried to make it seem.
And they addressed that in the episode as well. Like they make it seem like you only got killed because you were lying. I'm like, but if you have a man that's super masculine, that identifies with being a straight man, mm-hmm. and he is straight, and you can't like he's not with that at all. And down the line, you say, "Well, my name used to be Mark, but now it's Michelle." How do you expect them to act?
It's something could possibly happen. Now, and once again, I'm not saying that's the only reason that shit happens. No, it's not. Because, of course, it's just like everything else in our society. Shit happens. Shit happens. Period.
You cannot be... when you playing with love and feelings, you playing with your life. Because in 0.2 seconds, somebody be done choke the shit out you, and you be like, damn, how, and they wake up like they don't even know what happened. Yep. Like these feelings get involved, and it's like, man, regardless whether you're in a straight relationship, homosexual relationship, you playing with your life when you playing with somebody's feelings.
Yes,
and that's just it.
So, is Malik Yoba gay? According to fucking facts.
Okay.
Facts.
So this is what he said.
He was like since 16. He went into a club and he went and talked to this woman, and when he heard her talk, he was like, "Hey, what's going on? What's that?" So he talked to him like this, apparently, and now he wants to know what's happening.
I want to know why his parents kicked him out, because he said his parents kicked him out when he was 16. So I'm like, okay, is that why they kicked you out? Because there's never a clear... He danced around the issue so much. So one thing that bothered me was he said he made a post and people felt responsible. They felt the responsibility to call him gay. But I'm like, you put it out there for people to respond to. So you can't get mad at what they say, regardless whether they agree with you or disagree. You shouldn't have put the shit out there if you didn't want anybody to say anything.
Yes, and that's my thing about that whole community. It's like, we damn near get punished for being heterosexual. If you think about it, like example, we talked about this on a prior episode. I meant to get the episode number, but when Genuine was on that show, and and they were having a conversation about transgender, and he was like, "No, I'm not attracted to that. I like women." So the transgender tried to kiss him, and he pushed her away. And she got in the uproar, mad, and ran off the stage crying and blah, blah, blah. And motherfuckers, they jumped on Genuine. But I'm like, all right, if I'm a straight man and a woman is sitting there and I get up and try to kiss her and she pushes me off, I'm part of the Me Too shit. Because now that's sexual assault if I do it. Mm-hmm. But because he did it, or the transgender dude did it, now they look at Genuine like, it's something wrong with him for pushing away a man because he don't want to get kissed by a man.
Or what if he just don't want to be kissed?
Exactly. That is sexual harassment, period.
Like, regardless who does it.
Exactly.
I don't want you to touch me. You in my space.
Exactly. And that's what he said. He was like, no. He pushed the motherfucker away.
Get out my face.
Dude.
I don't like people in my personal space, regardless what their gender is. And I don't like the hugs. Like I like to give hugs if I feel the need to, but like when random people or dudes, like I don't do the.
Understand?
It's like you want to hug me for the wrong reasons, bruh. Like hugs are magical, so I feel if I like want to invite you into my space to give you a hug, that means I care and I want to give off my energy to you because you might need it. I don't want to hug you because you want to feel my titties up against your chest.
And that's
out
9
my space.
times out of 10 the reason.
Dirty old me.
So do you agree with them saying it's not about it's not about genitalia?
It just to me, it takes so much money in therapy that if you want to cut off any of your body parts and get new ones, then it's a lot. You've thought about this thing. You didn't just wake up and say, oh, tomorrow I'm going to go get my penis cut off. And I'm going to, because I've seen an illustration of it because I can't bear to watch the actual
I hope not.
video.
For what? Yeah.
Because I wanted to see, because I was like, how does it work? How does it work? And that means a lot. Like, for you to go through all of that, like, you serious about this shit. And you mean it. Like, you really went through the time to decide
you want to cut
that's
off
what you're going to do with your life.
Yeah.
That, and it's not free. And then it's not free. So I watch Pose.
Oh, yeah, they did.
Because,
they kept talking about that.
Because I've never seen it before.
All right.
And when I watched it, what is
it exactly? I don't
so
know.
it's basically about.
I would never watch Pose, just so you know.
I'm going to need you to.
Okay.
So, but I say that
Hold your
because
breath.
It opened up my eyes to a different way of looking at it. I cried every episode. You know I'm a crybaby anyway. But it gives you a different perspective. It's like a look in as far as their community and their feelings and how they feel the way they feel. Like, representation matters.
All right.
So I did start looking at things differently. Because I was like, damn, if that was my child, you know? I don't know.
It's like, I understand. It's like, what is getting me is not the fact that this is what you want to be, this is what you identify with. It's the fact that it's like you're trying to force this belief on me. And that shouldn't be the case, because if you look at anything, if you're super smart, you can get picked at. If you're super skinny, you can get picked at. So it's like, motherfuckers gonna pick at you. Regardless.
All the time.
Regardless. So them saying, all right, that dude killed himself because he was being bullied for dating a transgender, maybe he was killed himself. He was embarrassed. Maybe he embarrassed and he couldn't deal with the embarrassment of dating a transgender. But like I said, the real fact is he was an abusive motherfucker and he killed himself over a relationship. But the way that the narrative is, the hood, his black community bullied him into killing himself.
Everybody got a relative.
Exactly.
That has, oh, that's my auntie. Oh, she stayed by herself. Or that's my uncle. Nah, he ain't got no kids. And it's never been, oh, don't go to Uncle such and such, or don't go to Auntie such and such. It just was like, oh, that's them. That's how they do. That's what they live their life, and I love them.
Mm-hmm.
I think the media, and not only that, it's wag the dog. They put that shit out there